We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming or anything you are listening to or anything you might be doing for the following presentation of the 75th episode of The Musical Circle. Hello everyone and welcome to a very special episode of The Musical Circle. And for those of you who are listening to The Musical Circle for the very first time, you have picked a great time to be here with The Musical Circle. I am happy, as you can possibly imagine, that you all are joining me here at this moment in time because we have made it after many weeks, after 74 episodes of The Musical Circle. We have reached another milestone, and it does not happen without the incredible help of the incredible people who have been behind The Musical Circle, as well as those of you listening right now in real time live. We have reached 75 episodes of The Musical Circle. Thank you all so much for this incredible accomplishment, and most of all, let's get to 100 episodes and beyond. I did not think this day would finally arrive, but we are here now. Time flies by very quickly. A year and a half ago, this was a relatively unknown show, and now 75 episodes later, we have reaped the benefits of The Musical Circle. The support for The Musical Circle that we mostly get every single week is a testament to the incredible people who really love this show, the dedication that all of you have shown with The Musical Circle, and it has been a huge privilege and an honor to provide you all with at least some form of entertainment. I'm not the best storyteller in the world or best entertainer in the world or, anything like that. But I'm sure some of you are here for a great time with good music and most of all fun here on The Musical Circle. This is a celebration of The Musical Circle as well as more of a love letter also to The Musical Circle itself and to all of the people who listen, support, and have supported The Musical Circle throughout all of this time. I cannot be happier to be here on this amazing day, Thursday, the 5th of June in 2025. I am the host and voice of The Musical Circle, Ben Charles, gracing you all with my presence on this very special day. For those of you who missed last Thursday's episode, which happened back on the 29th of May, episode 74, which is titled A Chase for Happiness, you can find that episode on The Musical Circle on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and YouTube Music, Deezer maybe as well, the Rainbow Radio Wells app, and website for my show, The Musical Circle. So just in case, if you missed it, you can catch the episode on demand and on replay. Either way, thank you all so much for finding my show through streaming, if you are listening in live, or just in any way, shape, or form. It helps The Musical Circle get out there and recommend it to people, so please continue spreading the good word about The Musical Circle. I just want to say a couple of things before we get started. I just want to say that all of you listening right now or in the near future who ever discover and ever come around with The Musical Circle, you all matter in this show. You all matter in this show. You all are a big part of The Musical Circle, and I may host The Musical Circle, but this is really everyone's show. I sound like a bit of a broken record when I say this, but it is the truth. That's why I say it. Also, you all can request songs as well for this episode of The Musical Circle, so whenever you all want to, send them on in. We'll try to get them on for The Musical Circle for all of you. Also, you all can send in some kind words about 75 episodes of The Musical Circle while you all here are celebrating with The Musical Circle. I want to shout out all of you, for those who are listening in Wales, England, the whole United Kingdom, and worldwide as well. You all are amazing listening to The Musical Circle. But I think it is about time to get on with the music here on The Musical Circle. No sections this week, as I said last week, but we are here to have some fun. Our first song in the 75th episode of The Musical Circle is the song Digital Love by Daft Punk.
Beside you, and it looked like everyone was having fun. The kind of feeling I waited so long.
And that song that you all just heard was the song called Digital Love by the group Daft Punk from the 2001 album called Discovery, which I hope all of you enjoyed and had a great time with that song. And I hope all of you enjoyed the song, once again, called Digital Love by Daft Punk right here on Rainbow Radio Wells. And also, if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also on YouTube and YouTube Music, thank you to those who are listening on streaming as well. So we are pretty much in the loop with everything here on the Musical Circle, and I hope all of you enjoyed that first song here on the Musical Circle. Also, don't forget, we have merch available for the Musical Circle as well at merch.rainbowradio.uk. You all can find a nice little collection of stuff for the Musical Circle. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have tumblers, we have shorts, we have a couple of other things coming up in the near future that will be added onto that collection for the Musical Circle merch-wise, so look out for that at merch.rainbowradio.uk. I will let you all know when the next merch item will be available to all of you in the near future. I will let you all know. But anyway, we're going to keep the good vibes going, keep the party going with the next song from the 2009 album called Rokstarr. This is by Taio Cruz with the song Dynamite.
I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor cause that's my plans, 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 plans. I'm wearing all my favorite brands, 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 brands. Give me some space for both my hands, 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 hands. You, cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying ayo. Gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying ayo, baby let's go. Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I came to move, 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 move. Get out the way of me and my crew, 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 crew. I'm in the club, so I'm gonna do just what the phone came here to do. Yeah, cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying ayo, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying ayo, baby let's go. Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I'm gonna take it all, I'm gonna be the
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle with Ben Charles was the song called Dynamite by Taio Cruz from 2009 from his album called Rokstarr, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle. And we still got 22 more songs to go here on this episode of the Musical Circle. We're just 2 songs into the Musical Circle, and I hope all of you enjoyed the song Dynamite by Taio Cruz. Hope you guys enjoyed that song. On to the next dance song here on this episode of the Musical Circle. This next song is from 2021 and a song that recently has been getting a little bit of airplay on Rainbow Radio Wells in itself. So we're going to play it here with the Musical Circle with the song from 2021. This is by Sia and David Guetta with the song called Floating Through Space. And that song that you all just heard was the song called Floating Through Space by Sia and David Guetta from 2021, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle with your host, Ben Charles, that you are listening to at this moment in time. And I hope all of you enjoyed the song once again called Floating Through Space by Sia and David Guetta. We are 3 songs into the Musical Circle. For those of you just listening in, and for those of you just joining us here on the Musical Circle, we're having a lot of fun, and we will continue to have fun throughout the rest of this entire episode here on the Musical Circle. And I hope all of you enjoyed this very next song. This is one of her newest songs, just recently released last Friday before this episode of the Musical Circle. This is by the singer known as Ava Max. This came out on Friday with the song called Loving Myself by Ava Max.
I don't need nobody, I'm loving myself tonight. It's all about me, yeah, it's good for my health. And I know how to please me, I don't need no help. Nobody can love me like I'm loving myself. Heartbreak survive. of my feet. Woke up on fire, shining brighter, like I could build the world around me. I give myself butterflies, Donatella on my eyes, Marilyn until I die. Shout out Chanel number 5. Spend my money all on me. Every day is fashion week. All my exes R.I.P. Baby, c'est la vie. I don't need nobody, I'm loving myself tonight. It's all about me, yeah, it's good for my health. And I know how to please me, I don't need no help. Nobody can love me like I'm loving myself. Myself, loving myself, loving myself, loving myself, myself, loving myself, loving myself, loving myself. Look in the mirror, can't resist, yeah. I wanna kiss myself on the lips. I know I deserve me, thought I wasn't worthy, but now I see a masterpiece. I give myself butterflies, Donatella on my eyes, Marilyn until I die. Shout out Chanel number 5. Spend my money all on me. Every day is fashion week. All my exes R.I.P. Baby, c'est la vie. I don't need nobody, I'm loving myself tonight. It's all about me, yeah, it's good for my health. And I know how to please me, I don't need no help. Nobody can love me like I'm loving myself. Myself, loving myself, loving myself, loving myself, myself, loving myself, loving myself, loving myself. Nobody can love me like I'm loving myself.
And that song that you all just heard was the song called Loving Myself by Ava Max, which was released last Friday before this episode of The Musical Circle. And I hope all of you enjoyed her newest song called Loving Myself by Ava Max, which I hope you guys enjoyed here on this episode of The Musical Circle. I am Ben Charles, your host of The Musical Circle. If you're listening on Rainbow Radio Wells, if you're listening on Spotify or on any other platform whatsoever, thank you all for being here on this 75th episode of The Musical Circle that you all are listening to right now. And we're going to quickly recap all of the songs we have played up to this point, or you have heard here up to this point here on The Musical Circle so far. The first song that we played was Digital Love by Daft Punk. And then after that was Dynamite by Taio Cruz. And then after that was Floating Through Space by Sia and David Guetta. And then after that was the song you all just heard a minute ago, was Loving Myself by Ava Max. Another recently released song is coming up next here on The Musical Circle. This song was originally released in 2010 or 2011. One of those 2 years. I may be right on one of those, but it will come back to me over a period of time. But long story short, they had a remixed version just recently, came out a couple of weeks ago. This is by the group Hertz and the Purple Disco Machine with the song, the extended version of the song called Wonderful Life 2025 by Hertz and Purple Disco Machine.
Don't let go. She says don't let go. up, it's such a wonderful life. Says don't let go. Never give up, it's such a wonderful life. Don't let go. Never give up, it's such a wonderful life.
And that song that you all just heard was the extended version of the song called Wonderful Life 2025 by the group Hertz and the Purple Disco Machine, which came out a couple of weeks ago before this episode of the Musical Circle. I hope all of you enjoyed the song once again, called the extended version of the song Wonderful Life 25 by Hertz and Purple Disco Machine. We are 5 songs into the Musical Circle, and I do hope all of you are having a great time. Hope all of you are partying here with the Musical Circle on this 75th episode of the Musical Circle, which once again we will continue on with the very next song, another great dance song as well. This next song came out in 2024. This is by the producer Majestic featuring Jammin' Kid and Celine Dion with the song called Set My Heart on Fire, I'm Alive, and the beat goes on.
Set my heart on fire. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. When you call for me, when I hear you breathe, I get wings to fly. I feel that I'm alive. When you blast the day, I just drift away. All my worries down. I'm glad that I'm alive. You set my heart on fire, filled me with love, made me woman. Couldn't get much higher. My spirit takes flight, 'cause I am alive. When you call on me, when I hear you breathe, I get wings to fly. I feel that I'm alive. I am alive. God knows that I'm alive, that I'll be the one standing by through good and through trying times. And it's only begun. I can't wait for the rest of my life. Couldn't get much higher. My spirit takes flight, 'cause I am alive. When you call on me, when I hear you breathe, I get wings to fly. I feel that I'm alive. I am alive. When you call on me, when you reach for me, when you call on me, God knows that couldn't get much higher. My spirit takes flight, 'cause I am alive. When you call on me, when I hear you breathe, I get wings to fly. I feel that I'm alive. I am alive. When you call on me, when you call on me, when I hear you breathe, I get wings to fly. I feel that I'm alive. I am alive. I'm alive.
And that song that you all just heard on the Musical Circle was the song called Set My Heart on Fire, I'm Alive, and The Beat Goes On, which actually is supposed to be a mashup between those two different songs. I forgot to mention that earlier, so I decided to just mention it now. But I hope all of you enjoyed the song called Set My Heart on Fire by Majestic featuring the Jammin' Kid and Celine Dion, which I hope you guys enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle. We are 6 songs into the Musical Circle, and we will continue to party here on the Musical Circle here for the time being here on the Musical Circle. So we're going to continue on right into the very next song, which I actually personally forgot about. I don't remember when I first heard this song, but I do remember as a kid, I do remember when it first came out. I do remember that, but I don't remember actually playing it for the very first time. So I do know this. This is a great dance song. This is by the group Basement Jaxx from 1999. This is the song called Red Alert by Basement Jaxx.
But don't worry, don't panic. Ain't
And I hope all of you are enjoying this 75th episode of The Musical Circle, as you all just heard the song right here on The Musical Circle called Red Alert by Basement Jaxx from 1999, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of The Musical Circle with the song, once again, Red Alert by Basement Jaxx. We are 7 songs into The Musical Circle, and we are having a great time here on The Musical Circle, just like I am as well. We still got a lot of great music still to come here on The Musical Circle, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And also, we're going to debut here on The Musical Circle Olivia Dean's newest song coming up later on in this episode of The Musical Circle, so look out for that. And also, we got a couple of nice songs for all of you here on The Musical Circle. And we're going to continue the good times with the next song by Kool and the Gang with the song called Celebration. And that song that you all just heard was the song Celebration by Kool and the Gang from 1980, which I hope all of you had a great time with. A throwback song here on the Musical Circle, but I hope all of you enjoyed that song nonetheless, called Celebration by Kool and the Gang, in the acknowledgement of the 75th episode here on the Musical Circle, and I hope all of you are having a great time here on the Musical Circle, and thank you all for listening to the Musical Circle wherever you may be. You may be at a gym, you may be at a public place, you may be at a pub, you may be at a bar, you may be at a restaurant, you may be somewhere particularly fun for all of you. Maybe you might be at home as well, which is also fun as well. We're going to continue on into the very next song, another throwback song. This is from 2005 from his album called Dynamite, and this is by the singer Jamiroquai with the song called 7 Days in Sunny June.
You've arranged and the same they're strange. They speak to me like constellations as we lie here. There's a magic I can't hold. Your smile I've had it gold, and that you never seem to be in short supply. So baby, let's get it on. Drinking wine and killing time, sitting in the summer sun. You wore in spring, yeah, yeah. The way we laughed as one. Why did you drop that bomb on me? So baby, let's get it on. Drinking wine and killing time, sitting in the summer sun.
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle with Ben Charles was the song called 7 Days in Sunny June by Jamiroquai from 2005, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle with Ben Charles that you are listening to at this moment in time. And I hope all of you enjoyed the song once again, 7 Days in Sunny June by Jamiroquai. We're going to quickly recap all of the songs we have played up to this point here on the Musical Circle so far. The first song that we played earlier was Digital Love by Daft Punk, and then Dynamite by Taio Cruz, and then Floating Through Space by Sia and David Guetta, which was played earlier on. Loving Myself by Ava Max, that was also played earlier. Wonderful Life 25, the extended version by Hertz and Purple Disco Machine. Set My Heart on Fire, I'm Alive, and The Beat Goes On by Majestic, Jamming Kid, and Celine Dion. Red Alert by Basement Jaxx, Celebration by Kool and the Gang, and the song you all just heard a minute ago, 7 Days in Sunny June by Jamiroquai. That is where we're at here with the Musical Circle. We're now going to debut the very next song here on the Musical Circle. This next song is by the singer Olivia Dean. This is one of her newest songs, just recently released before this episode of the Musical Circle. This is her song called Nice to Each Other by Olivia Dean.
Unpack again.
And that was the song that you all just heard on the Musical Circle, Nice to Each Other, by the singer Olivia Dean, just recently released before this episode of the Musical Circle. And I hope all of you enjoyed the song once again, called Nice to Each Other by the singer known as Olivia Dean, which I hope you guys liked here on this episode of the Musical Circle, on this special 75th episode of the Musical Circle. I am Ben Charles, your host of the Musical Circle. We are halfway through this episode of the Musical Circle already, and we are going to continue to have a great time, and always with good vibes and positivity here on the Musical Circle. And as all of you can tell right now, this is pretty much the calmer side of the show, because what's a 75th episode without a little bit of reflection? Because sometimes in this world, when it is a good thing to reflect on things that you have been noticing and reflect on the great episodes already that we've already have had with the Musical Circle over the past year or so, and it's been a lot of fun just even being here with all of you here on the Musical Circle as well. So we're going to now play another calm song. This song came out back in April, but this will be on their upcoming album, which is called Flowers. That is coming out on the 27th of June. Please welcome, and making their Musical Circle debut on this episode, this is by the singer Durand Jones and his band, The Indications, and Aaron Frazer, with their song together, which is called Flower Moon. And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song called Flower Moon by the singer Durand Jones and his band The Indications and Aaron Frazer, which that song came out back in April of 2025, which I hope all of you had a good time with that song, Flower Moon by Durand Jones and The Indications. Hope you guys like that song. That song will be on their upcoming album on the 27th of June called Flowers, so check them out and check out the band Durand Jones and The Indications if any of you are interested in their music, and they have a lot of good stuff, so you all will not be disappointed. Do check them out if you have not already. They are really a fun band to listen to, a great group of guys just to listen to if you want to chill out for the rest of your day or maybe the rest of your night. Maybe. Either way, it works. But anyway, we're going to go now into the very next song here on the Musical Circle. This is from 2015 from her album 25. This is by the singer known as Adele with a very chill song with the song called When We Were Young.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were scared of getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. I was so scared to face my fears. Nobody told me that you'd be here. And I swear you moved overseas. That's what you said when you left me. You still look like a movie, you still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. When we were young, when we were young, when we were young, when we were young. It's hard to admit that everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there. And a part of me keeps holding on, just in case it hasn't gone. 'Cause I still care. Do you still care? It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. When we were young, when we were young, when
And that song that you all just heard was the song called When We Were Young by the singer Adele from the 2015 album called 25, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on the Musical Circle. And once again, that was the song When We Were Young by Adele. A very chill song, a song that may remind some of you of the simpler times in life, of the finest things in life. And I want all of you to know that when I first heard this song, I actually cried when I first heard this song. I'm not making this up. When I actually first heard this, I literally was sobbing for like maybe about 10 minutes. Maybe because of the ambiance of the song. Maybe because of the feelings that I got. Reminding me of that simpler time, maybe, and everything like that. But I hope all of you enjoyed the song When We Were Young by Adele. And we're going to go now into the next song, which is from 2011 from the album called Milo Exilito, one of 2 Coldplay songs on this episode. This is the first one, which is called Every Teardrop is a Waterfall by Coldplay.
I turn the music up, I got my records on. I shut the world outside until the lights come on. Maybe the streets are alive, maybe the trees are gone. I feel my heart start beating to my favorite song. And all the kids they dance, all the kids all night until Monday morning feels another life. I turn the music up, I'm on the other side, and heaven is inside. I turn the music up, I got my records on. From underneath the rug, we'll sing a random song. Don't wanna see another generation drop. I'd rather be a comma than a full stop. Maybe I'm in the back, maybe I'm on my knees, maybe I'm in the gap between the 2 trapezes. But my heart is beating and my pulse is starting. Cathedrals in my heart, as we sing.
And that song that you all just heard was the song called Every Teardrop is a Waterfall by Coldplay from the 2011 album called Milo Xylito, which I hope all of you had a good time with, and I hope all of you enjoyed that song. Every Teardrop is a Waterfall by Coldplay here on the Musical Circle. We have 12 more songs to go before the end of this episode of the Musical Circle, so I hope all of you are having a great time here on the Musical Circle, and we'll continue to have a good time with the Musical Circle. For those of you just passing through, or for those of you just stopping by with the Musical Circle, I hope all of you do stick around, because we do have a couple of other things and a couple of newer songs also playing that will be played later on in this episode of the Musical Circle, so look out for them. So we're going to play now the very next song, which is from 2014. This is from their first album by the band Jungle, with the song called Time. And that song that you all just heard on the Musical Circle with Ben Charles was the song called Time by the band Jungle from 2014 from their first album, also called Jungle, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle with the song once again called Time by the band Jungle. Hope you guys like that song. We have 9 more songs to go before the end of this episode of the Musical Circle, which I hope all of you are having a great time with, and we are going to continue on having a great time with this next song that we are about to play in just a moment. This This woman is from Anglesey, Wales. This is one of her recent songs. This came out last month before this episode of the Musical Circle, and she's making her Musical Circle debut on this episode. Please welcome the singer Megan Wyn with her song called Hold Me.
Something new. Can't take her eyes off you. I think I always knew deep down in my core that he'd be choosing me. Take it one step at a time. Holding regrets that are mine, that are mine. Can you hold me like you held her on the Sunday in November? I'm just holding on to nothing. It's the last thing I remember. Sometimes I try to hide the voices in my mind. Maybe I'm paralyzed or just too busy killing time. Why did I bite my tongue? Why did I act so young? Why did I feel so dumb being treated like a numb? Take it one step at a time. Holding regrets that are mine, that are mine. Can you hold me like you held her on the Sunday in November? I'm just holding on to nothing. It's the last thing I remember. If I could have more time, if I could read the signs, if I could draw a line and give it one more try. I've been trying to find if there's a reason why we pretend that we're fine. If you could lie and just hold me like you held her on that Sunday in November. I'm just holding on to nothing. It's the last thing I remember. Can you hold me like you held her on the Sunday in November? I'm just holding on to nothing. It's the last thing I remember.
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song called Hold Me by the singer Megan Wyn, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle. For those of you who don't know who Megan Wyn is, she is from Wales, but she actually moved to Manchester when she was a teenager as well. So I hope all of you do go check out her music, Megan Wyn, and I hope all of you enjoyed the song called Hold Me by Megan Wyn here on the Musical Circle. We're going to continue on into the very next song, another group of people who also are making their debut on this episode. This song came out back in January, but this is also on their album that came out back in March called Teacher. This is by the group known as Midnight Generation. They are from the country of Mexico. I thought they were from the United Kingdom, but they actually are not from the United Kingdom, to my surprise, but they are from the country of Mexico, and we're going to play their song now called Don't Wait Up by Midnight Generation.
It was you and me, walking all these places, watching birds at sea. We thought that we would make it in this crystal clear. Everything is changing. Don't wait up for me.
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song called Don't Wait Up by the group Midnight Generation. With that song came out back in January of 2025, but it's also on their album, which is called Teacher, that came out back in March of 2025. They also just recently released an album back in April called Tender Love. Check that out as well for those of you who are interested. And I hope all of you enjoyed the song Don't Wait Up by Midnight Generation. We're going to go now into the very next song. This is from the 2020 album After Hours. This is a bonus track of the song called Save Your Tears, the remix edition by The Weeknd and Ariana Grande.
I saw you dancing in a crowded room. You look so happy when I'm not with you. But then you saw me, caught you by surprise. A single teardrop falling from your eye. I don't know why I run away. I'll make you cry when I run away. Take me back, 'cause I wanna stay. Save your tears for another. Save your tears for another day. Save your tears for another day.
Met you once under a Pisces moon. I kept my distance 'cause I know that you don't like when I'm with nobody else. I couldn't help it, I put you through hell. I don't know why I run away. Oh boy, I make you cry when I run away. Boy, take me back, 'cause I wanna stay. Save your tears for another. I realize that it's much too late, and you deserve someone better. Save your tears for another day. Save your tears for another day. I don't know why I run away.
I'll make you cry when I run away. Save your tears for another day. I said save your tears for another day. Save your tears for another day.
And that was the remix of the song Save Your Tears by The Weeknd and Ariana Grande, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of The Musical Circle, with the song once again called Save Your Tears, the remix version by The Weeknd and Ariana Grande here on The Musical Circle. I am Ben Charles, your host of The Musical Circle. We are 6 more songs to go before the end of this episode. I hope all of you are having a great time, and thank you all for listening and being here with The Musical Circle, wherever all of you may be listening to The Musical Circle. We're going to go now into another recent song here on this episode. This next song came out last week before this episode of The Musical Circle. This is their song together by Calvin Harris and Clementine Douglas with the song called Blessings.
Situation talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. You build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it'd be down. You don't deserve it, but you won't lie. Got no more tears to cry.
And that song that you all just heard was the extended version of the song called Blessings by Calvin Harris and Clementine Douglas, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of The Musical Circle with the song once again, Blessings by Calvin Harris and Clementine Douglas, a song just recently released before this episode of The Musical Circle. I think the song came out last week or the week before last, but I hope all of you enjoyed it. Nonetheless, we are 5 more songs to go before the end of this episode of The Musical Circle, and we're going to continue the good times with the next song from 2021. This is the SG Paradise edition of a timeless classic that we're going to play here on the Musical Circle, which is called More Than a Woman by Bee Gees and the producer SG Lewis. This is the SG Paradise version that we're going to play right now. And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song called More Than a Woman, the S.G. Lewis Paradise version by the Bee Gees featuring S.G. Lewis, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle with the song once again, More Than a Woman by Bee Gees and S.G. Lewis with his rendition of the timeless classic that I hope all of you enjoyed here on the Musical Circle. And another recent song that we are about to play here on the Musical Circle in just a little bit. We're going to play this song right now. This came out also last week before this episode of the Musical Circle. This is by Martin Garrix featuring Love with the song called Mad.
You don't wanna make me wait. I know that ain't true, and you know it's way too late. Swear, never had a second thought. Love is never fair. I will always want you more. 'Cause every time I tell you I need you, I mean it. I need you so bad, so bad, so bad. Yeah, every time I tell you I need you, I mean it. You're driving me mad, so mad, so mad. 'Cause every time I tell you I need you, I mean it. I need you so bad, so bad, so bad. Yeah, every time I tell you I need you, I mean it. You're driving me mad, so mad, so mad.
And that song that you all just heard was the song called Mad by Martin Garrix and the singer Lauv, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle. That song came out last week before this episode of the Musical Circle, and I hope all of you enjoyed that very nice song called Mad by Martin Garrix and the singer known as Lauv. Hope you guys like that song, another great dance song, and we're going to keep the good times going as we continue on into the very next song, another 2021 song as well. I remember when this first came out, and a lot of people really like this song, and if you actually do like this song, hey, feel free to sing your heart out to this song because this is a great song. This is the second Coldplay song that I mentioned earlier on in this episode. This is their song called Higher Power by Coldplay from 2021.
3, 2, 1.
can't take it. Sometimes I just can't take it, and it isn't alright. I'm not gonna make it, and I think my shoes untied. I'm like a broken record. I'm like a broken record, and I'm not playing right. Just cynical, I bet it kill me till you tell me on the heavenly phone to hold tight. Come on, come on. Oh, oh, come on, come on. Don't let go. Hold tight, hold tight. Oh, it's alright, you said. I got my hands up shaking just to let you know that you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and she really someone I wanna know. This boy is electric. This boy is electric, and you're sparkling like the universe connected. And I'm buzzing night after night after night. This joy is electric. This joy is electric, and you're circuiting through. I'm so happy that I'm alive. Happy I'm alive at the same time as you. Cause you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and you're really someone I wanna know. You got, yeah, you got a high. You got, yeah, you got a higher. You got, yeah, you got a high. You got, oh, oh, you got, oh, you got a high. You got, yeah, you got a higher. You've got, oh, you got a high. My hands up shaking just to let you know now. You've got a higher power. You got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power. You once in any lifetime. I'm going a million miles an hour. When for so long I've been down on my knees, and your love song set me over and over. For so long I've been down on my knees till your love song floats me over.
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song called Higher Power by Coldplay from 2021 right here on the Musical Circle. And I hope all of you enjoyed that song. Once again, Higher Power by Coldplay here on the Musical Circle. Thank you all for listening to the Musical Circle. We are 3 songs away from the end of this episode of the Musical Circle, and I hope all of you have had a great time up to this point, and I hope all of you are having fun out there listening to the Musical Circle wherever you may be, as we continue on right into the very next song, a very meaningful song that we're going to play here. This next song is from 2011 from the album Hurry Up We're Dreaming by M83 with the song called Reunion.
Every
And that song that you all just heard was the song called Reunion by M83 from the 2011 album Hurry Up, We're Dreaming, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of The Musical Circle with the song once again called Reunion by M83. Hope you guys like that song, as we are 2 songs away from the end of this episode of The Musical Circle, and we've had so much fun up to this point on this special 75th episode of The Musical Circle, and we will continue on with the good vibes as we continue on with the very next song from 2023. This is by Bakar featuring Summer Walker with their rendition together called Hell and Back.
Could you tell where my head was at when you found me? Peace. Man, I thought I had everything, I was lonely. Now you're my everything, I was lonely. I missed a lot of love with a lot of drugs, then I found you. She liked petty crime, she had green eyes like Mountain Dew. And where she go, I'll never know, her friends bounce to. I guess it's their loss, cause they'll never know what we'll amount to. My light, be my yellow PYT walking down Portobello, put a smile on his face at the end of the day. MDMA helped us fly away. Who'd have known you would save my life? Who'd have known you would fly my kite? Could you tell, could you tell? Could you tell? Could you tell where my head was at when you found me? Me and you went to hell and back just to find peace. Man, I thought I had everything, I was lonely. Now you're my everything, I was on me.
I could tell where your head was at when I found you. You know I fixed things that are broken, so I was bound to make you smile before me, you didn't know how to. Oh, but I'm here now, baby. No life been lifing lately, so I'll save you if you save me. I was overwhelmed that I had enough, then I found you. Oh, I was no doubt stressed out without you. All we got is us. When nobody does, I got you. For your sanity and my mentality.
Could you tell where my head was at when you found me? Me and you went to hell and back just to find peace. Man, I thought I had everything, I was lonely.
You was lonely.
Now you're my everything, I was lonely.
And with that song, which was the song called Hell and Back by Bakar featuring the singer Summer Walker from 2023, which I hope all of you enjoyed and had a great time with, we have reached the finish line. Unfortunately, we are out of time for what has been a special 75th episode of The Musical Circle. If any of you missed any song in this episode or missed this whole episode entirely, you can find this episode on the Rainbow Radio Wells app and on the website at rainbow-radio.co.uk, or you can find it through many other different ways. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and YouTube Music, and on Spotify before something happens to that episode over on Spotify. If any of you were passing through or just discovering The Musical Circle for the very first time, I want to thank you all for being here and spending any part of your time with The Musical Circle. I want to thank all of you also for being a big part of The Musical Circle and for all of the incredible moments, episodes, and the fun that we mostly have shared over these 75 episodes, as well as over a 1.5 year time frame. I also want to say thank you to my incredible team, my producer Melissa, my sound sound engineer and advisor, Elizabeth, all of the people who play important roles in the musical circle, and of course, all of you for making this show work and making the show be at a high level that it is. This may only be the 75th episode, but that does not mean we do not have bigger things on the horizon, because we do. Next Thursday, on the 12th of June, episode 76 is another crossover episode with my friend Cabo from Certified Bangers, and he has been waiting with excitement since the last crossover episode that we did. We will hold a nice little friendly competition between us two, and all of you listening right now will decide who has the better songs between us two. Whoever wins will all be up to all of you, who will come back and find the Musical Circle next Thursday, which will be our next episode of the Musical Circle. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, so I hope to see you all there. Our last song on the Musical Circle is a timeless classic, which does not necessarily need any introduction, but it is the song "We Are the Champions" by the band Queen, a perfect ending to what has been a very special and timeless day here on the Musical Circle. Cheers to 75 episodes and to the next milestone, 100 episodes and beyond. Until next Thursday on the 12th of June, which is our next episode of the Musical Circle, on behalf of everyone who is a part of the Musical Circle, I am Ben Charles for the Musical Circle. Take care, be nice out there, love somebody today, and may peace, happiness, and love follow all of you wherever you go and wherever you may be.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of bad kicks in my bed, but I've come through. And I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the